Hello everyone and welcome to my Hip Hop Gossip For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Diddy responds to the prosecution's alleged allegations against another sex trafficking victim. As Diddy's trial for alleged sex trafficking takes shape, he and his defense team are still engaged in a contentious dispute with the prosecution. His lawyers allegedly claimed to have a large amount of federal discovery evidence from the government during the last 6 weeks or so, according to court records from Friday that TMZ apparently acquired. They specifically intend to refute the prosecution's assertion that there may be a second claimed victim of sex trafficking in this instance. Sean Combs was charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution in the initial indictment, which focused on a single unidentified victim. Additionally, according to Diddy's legal team's latest court filing, this is nonsense, and the second alleged victim of sex trafficking is not a victim at all. The defense claims that this claimed victim, who has not yet been interrogated by prosecutors, was never the object of any actions taken on the bad boy mogul's behalf. He never attempted to obstruct the prosecution's investigation into this alleged victim through contact, the defense further claimed, something that federal officials are well aware of. Lastly, during Diddy's initial bail hearing after his arrest in New York City on September 16, his legal team blasted prosecutors, accusing them of misguiding the court and failing to reveal the facts of the case. The defense filed yet another bail request in addition to these accusations and claims, contrasting Puff's case with that of other influential people accused of similar offenses who were able to obtain bond for significantly lower sums. The accused victim of sex trafficking who was at the center of the initial indictment against Diddy is also addressed in these court documents. According to defense lawyers, the complaints only came to light in 2023, 5 years after their breakup, despite the fact that they had been together for 11 years. They also claimed to have demanded $30 million in extortion on behalf of this purported victim. Only official court acts may guide us towards more specific concerns because of the case's complexity and wide-ranging character. Sean Diddy Combs is once more pleading with a judge to release him from pretrial custody, claiming that his continued incarceration prevents him from effectively preparing for trial and that newly discovered evidence calls into question the prosecution's case. Since September 2024, the hip-hop entrepreneur has been detained by the federal government on serious charges, like as sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. Diddy's defense team just filed an enhanced bail proposal, revealing new information that undermines the allegations' basis. The defense quickly brought up what they say are troublesome aspects of the government's case, such as the unfounded claims of witness tampering and obstruction. The statement goes on to state that Diddy's release is strongly supported by the additional information, which confirms that the government's obstruction and witness tampering allegations at the initial bail hearings lacked a factual basis. The legal team contends that the government's narrative is called into question by the most recent evidence. As part of this new proposal, Diddy pledges to adhere to strict guidelines, including as a $50 million bond, home confinement with electronic tracking, and 24-hour security. The memorandum states, Mr. Combs proposes an updated bail package that is far more robust than the previous proposal, highlighting the fact that these terms will ensure his compliance with the court's requirements while ensuring the safety of others. He has also proposed stringent drug testing and no access to the internet or phones except than those scheduled by security. They contend that his imprisonment seriously impairs his capacity to appropriately handle the tremendous amount of evidence presented during discovery. The case data total over 90 terabytes, which they say Diddy is unable to sort through because of the limitations on his access to essential technologies. According to the brief, Mr. Combs cannot possibly review all of these discoveries during his attorney's visits. In order to work on his case as frequently as possible on his own time, he needs a laptop. Diddy's attorney described how the problem is made worse by frequent lockdowns at the prison, citing a recent incident in which law enforcement operations caused a halt, making it more difficult for him to arrange important defense materials. The team contends that these requirements infringe upon his fundamental right to a sufficient defense. In the court brief, they contended that Mr. Combs would be unconstitutionally hampered in seeking legal advice, gathering witnesses and evidence, and preparing his defense if he were kept in custody given the unusual circumstances present. The defense also capitalized on the imprisoned mogul's history of community service, highlighting his charitable contributions, which include the establishment of the Capital Preparatory Harlem Charter School and fundraising campaigns such as those for COVID-19 assistance. According to the filing, Mr. Combs has never run from a problem. Like he does now, he has faced his fair share of hardship, and he has handled each one with honor. Diddy is arguing that he is unable to present a defense and is urging a judge to order prosecutors to name the alleged victims in his racketeering case. A federal judge in New York is being asked by Sean Diddy Combs to order the government to provide the names of those he claims are connected to his racketeering case. According to Combs' legal team, he is unable to present a strong defense because of the ambiguous accusations. According to the charges against him, Combs was a part of a 16-year-old racketeering conspiracy. He is charged in the indictment with sex trafficking, forced labor, and kidnapping. But according to his lawyers, the charges are missing important information, such as the identities of the alleged victims. According to the defense memorandum, Mr. Combs is charged with various offenses arising out of allegations that he coerced some individuals into sexual conduct, yet he does not know their identities. The document continues by claiming that dozens of financially motivated individuals, with apparently bogus claims of sexual assault, are the source of the complaints. The defense claims that Combs has never even met some of these individuals. The objection that the indictment covers the years 2008 to 2024 but does not specify which particular individuals were allegedly compelled during that time is at the heart of Combs' case. According to his legal team, this impreciseness makes it more difficult for them to sort through the substantial quantity of information the court produced during discovery. It is difficult to determine which parts of the productions are even pertinent to the charges without additional information, Diddy's attorneys contended. Discovery review is an impossible and never-ending task under the circumstances. Alexandra A. Shapiro, one of Diddy's main lawyers, pointed out a significant challenge in putting together a defense in the absence of more clear information. He cannot reasonably prepare a defense without knowing the identities of the alleged victims, Shapiro said, adding that, Mr. Combs deserves fair notice of the fundamental nature of the charges so he may defend himself. Diddy's legal team has a totally different perspective on the matter, even though federal prosecutors insist that they have complied with giving discovery and other required material. They claim that they are ill-prepared to respond.